Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 4th. Here is what we're working on. A Hamilton soldier who died last week while deployed in Latvia has returned home.
I'm Emily Huang reporting live in Oakville, where the Humane Society of Oakville, Milton, and Halton has seen the largest donation it's ever seen. We'll have the details coming up.
Nice little ball. Maintains balance. Slices it across.
And Forge FC opened the CONCACAF Championship Cup with a scoreless draw.
Good morning, it's Hump Day.
We made it.
Scoreless draw last night at Hamilton Stadium. We'll have all the highlights coming up. Are we going to see any donuts on the scoreboard when it comes to the weather forecast? I know we saw one yesterday.
Remember yesterday morning at this time when we actually said it was above seasonal, -6?
Yes.
Well, forget all that this morning.
Already?
Yes, we're -16 this morning with a wind chill of -22. So, oh yeah, you got to be prepared. You open that door and bang, that cold hits you. So we're back into the cold temperatures again this morning. We are going to climb to -6 for the day today. Now, that's still below seasonal, below what we got to yesterday, but at least it's minus single digits, and we'll take consolation in that. So -22 is what the wind chill is right now. We'll have a wind chill later on of -9, so it will get better. And we will see some sunshine for the day today, a mix of sun and clouds for today. And it's going to be cold again tonight, and we'll talk about that coming up. How about a traffic check? Why not? Let's check the 403 and Waterdown Road. Nothing there. That's our exclusive camera. It's a little busier coming out of Hamilton, of course. To some MTO traffic cameras. This is the QEW at Red Hill. Toronto bound toward the Skyway, heading away from us. Speaking of the Skyway, top looks pretty good. We do have one minor problem, and it's just a disabled vehicle off to the side. It's a disabled truck, as you can see. Now, let me explain what this view is. You're coming along the QEW, you go past the Ford plant, trying to get up onto the 403 to go to Dundas Street, and that's what you have underneath the bridge there. But it's such light volume, it's hardly a distraction there. All right, well, finally an emergency vehicle pulling up. We will look at weather and traffic in detail coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. The city is in mourning as the body of a Hamilton soldier has returned home. Draped in a Canadian flag, the casket of gunner Sebastian Halmagean touched down at CFB Trenton yesterday for a repatriation ceremony in his honor. Loved ones in attendance laid flowers inside the hearse. Last week, Halmagean died while serving in his first deployment overseas in Latvia. The Canadian Armed Forces have not disclosed the cause of death, but confirmed there was no increased threat to other soldiers. Halmagean's father, Alan, told CHCH News yesterday, quote, "I want to express that my son was immensely proud to be part of the Canadian Armed Forces. It had been his dream since childhood, and he cherished everyone involved in the CAF and all that came with the duties of a soldier. I will miss him deeply. He was not only my son, but also my best friend." Now, following the ceremony, Sebastian Halmagean's body was taken to Toronto, and many supporters watched along the Highway of Heroes.
This was the scene from Avenue Road overlooking Highway 401 yesterday evening. Halmagean's body will be in Toronto as police continue to investigate his death. A group of people, some carrying Canadian flags, paid homage to the Hamilton soldier.
We're also from the same unit.
Yeah, we're also same unit.
Showing some support.
For York, yeah, just show support, solidarity for I have friends that are over in Latvia right now, and you know, I kind of, feel for the situation.
We have a bunch of people from our unit who just left a few weeks ago. And then some just came back.
We had a bunch just came back. He was actually over there a while ago as well.
I guess for the sense that I was over there with my buddies, and I did get to experience Latvia and see what the operational environment's like. So, yeah, I guess that just made it feel more like concrete, I guess.
It's just like being able to show like your presence, show that you actually care a little bit about the country, a little bit about the people who are fighting in wars right now. I think that's just like one of the main things.
The Canadian Armed Forces says further details would not be provided in order to protect the integrity of the ongoing police investigation.
The Hamilton couple charged with setting 4 separate fires at a home in the Stipley neighborhood is now facing allegations of auto theft and elder abuse. Hamilton police arrested 28-year-old Nicholas Tomasetti, also known as Kine, and 23-year-old Kayla Harris on January 16th after a house near Barton Street East and Sherman Avenue was deliberately set on fire 4 times between December 13th and January 12th. Police say during a search warrant of the suspect's home, detectives recovered 2 stolen vehicles and evidence of more crimes. Police accused Tomasetti.
As we were investigating, there were some irregularities in some of the items that we found, which led us to become concerned in relation to a senior that was living there. We were able to locate this senior out of province, and further investigation from there resulted in the subsequent charges.
Police accused Tomasetti and Harris of physical assault, forcible confinement, threats, and the use of a weapon against the senior over an extended period of time. Detectives say the senior is now recovering well. Police also executed a second search warrant at a related home in Selkirk, where 5 more stolen vehicles were recovered. Tomasetti and Harris are facing numerous additional charges. Police are currently searching for Harris, who was released after her initial arrest and has breached her bail conditions.
A woman has been rescued from a rolled over vehicle that almost went over the guardrail but was blocked by a cluster of trees. OPP say the incident happened on Friday morning when the 23-year-old woman was on the on-ramp of the 4 Erie bound QEW to Highway 420 in Niagara Falls. That's when she lost control on the icy road and hit the snowy shoulder. Now, the vehicle then went over the guardrail and got wedged into the trees. The woman was thankfully not hurt, and OPP say no charges are expected. The Humane Society of Oakville, Milton, and Halton have received a landmark donation, the largest one they've ever seen. That's where we find Emily Huang this morning with more of those details. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Simone. I am here at the Humane Society of Oakville, Milton, and Halton. And as you mentioned, this is the largest donation the organization has seen, a whopping $10 million. This morning, I'm joined here by Executive Director Jeff Valentin to share what this means for the organization. Thank you so much for joining us, Jeff. What does this mean for the Humane Society to receive a donation of this size?
Well, it means the world. $10 million is an amazing, huge gift for us. This is an organization that's been long deserving a new shelter and a renovation and expansion. This really helps us realize this dream, because for now our renovation, our new facility, our new property is really going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, how we can make this happen. So it's wonderful news for us.
So this large donation, it comes from a longtime supporter of yours. Can you tell me a little bit about how Klaus has been involved with your work and your philanthropy?
Yeah, Klaus is a local man who has obviously been successful in his life. He's an entrepreneur and an innovator and someone who cares deeply about the community, both people and animals. He's a longtime supporter, someone who's given to us year over year very generously, and it was a time when I think he just decided to make a much bigger investment in us.
Tell me a little bit more about that move that you're making. I know you've been here since the 50s.
So yeah, our facility is long past its usable life. It's time to make bigger. Our staff, our volunteers, and for sure the animals deserve something much better. So we've sold our property. We're looking for a new property, something a little more than 5 acres. If anyone has some property or a good lead for me, I'm all ears. But once we can land that property, then it's time to construct something much better and much bigger than what we have.
Very exciting news coming out of Oakville at this Humane Society location here. Throughout the morning, we will be speaking to other team members here and meeting a couple of their furry friends, so stay tuned for that. For now, I'll send things back to you, Simone.
Thanks, Emily. Security measures are already going into effect at the site of Super Bowl 60. In Santa Clara, California, there's a temporary ban on drones in the area around Levi's Stadium. The ban issued by the Federal Aviation Administration stretches from the stadium venue over to San Francisco and also around notable landmarks in the area. The ban is designed to not only prevent malicious intent, but to also clear the airspace, because the Super Bowl brings with it extra law enforcement and media helicopters.
On a cold night in Hamilton, Forge FC opened the CONCACAF Champions Cup by hosting Tigres of Mexico. 17th minute, Forge's Rezart Rama makes a great move and a wonderful cross, but Ben Payton just can't finish. The visitors come close to breaking the ice almost literally in the 34th minute, but new Forge goalkeeper Dimitri Bertrot makes one of his 8 saves on the night. Bertrot was at it again about 9 minutes later, stopping a nifty strike from Mexican-Canadian Marcelo Flores. Forge had another great chance to open the scoring early in the second half when Tristan Borges fed host Suda, but his effort was steered aside by the Tigres keeper. Despite being outshot 20-9, Forge earned a scoreless draw against Tigres. The second leg will be played February 10th in Mexico. Can anyone make sense to the Maple Leafs? They recently won 8 of 10 games, then lost 6 in a row. Toronto is now on a 3-game winning streak heading into the Olympic break.
Matthews up with it. Here's Matthews in front. Nice, can't get a stick on it. Back to Nylander. And across scores. John Tavares, backdoor. His 20th of the year.
On just their second 5-on-3 power play of the season, John Tavares broke a 2-2 tie in the third period to lead the Leafs to a 5-2 win over the Oilers in Edmonton. Anthony Stolar stopped 34 shots in what was his best performance of the season, while Matias Michelli scored twice for Toronto, who went 3-1 on their Western road trip. Darren Radish scored 26 seconds left in regulation, and teammate Jake Gensel netted the winner with 14 seconds left in overtime as Tampa Bay stunned the Sabres 4-3. Nikita Kucherov led the Lightning with a goal and 3 assists, while Matthias Samuelsson scored twice for Buffalo. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic has been named the coach for Team World at the upcoming NBA All-Star Game in LA. Rajakovic will have a stacked roster on Team World for the game on February 15th. The squad includes Hamilton's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kitchener's Jamal Murray, as well as Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and former Raptor Pascal Siakam. Toronto's Scotty Barnes will suit up for the Team USA Stars squad, while LeBron James and Steph Curry will play for the Team USA Stripes. Days before the Olympic downhill skiing event, American Lindsey Vonn says she's been diagnosed with a ruptured ACL, but the 41-year-old legend still plans to race this Sunday.
I'm not letting this slip through my fingers. I'm going to do it. End of story. So I'm not letting myself go down that path. I'm not crying. My head is high. I'm standing tall. And I'm going to do my best, and whatever the result is, that's what it is, but you can never say I didn't try.
Vonn also suffered a bone bruise and meniscal tears in her left knee after crashing last Friday at a World Cup event in Switzerland. Despite all of that, Vonn skied in Cortina, Italy yesterday and says her knee felt good. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns as the NFC rallied to beat the AFC 66-52 in last night's Pro Bowl flag football game. The sports will make its Olympic debut in 2028 in LA, and NFL players could compete. The Edmonton Elks have signed free agent Canadian receiver Brendan O'Leary-Orange, who spent the last couple of seasons with Hamilton. And Florida's Sam Bennett will replace Tampa Bay's Anthony Cirelli on Canada's Olympic hockey roster after the Lightning center suffered a lower body injury.
Okay, we made it to 6:13. Let's get you into this Wednesday morning. Traffic this morning is pretty good. It's starting to build in some areas, but that's just normal. 403 and Waterdown Road, doing fine. So as you can see there, coming out of Hamilton towards us, no problems. Let's check some MTO. When I say MTO, I mean Ministry of Transportation Ontario traffic cameras. Here's the QEW at Ontario Street in St. Catharines. Nothing there. Red Hill Creek still looks good. East of Brant Street, so Toronto bound away from us on that shot. Good news, we did have a disabled vehicle kind of under the bridge there. That is now gone, so things back to normal there. It wasn't really causing any problems. And here's a look at the 427. Coming down and around over the QEW to the Gardiner Expressway. Doing okay right there. Temperature has not changed this hour. We're still sitting at -16, but the winds have really lightened off. So that's good. That makes it feel a little bit better. The wind chill right now is -19 compared to -22. So we'll take what we can get this morning. The sky is mainly clear at the moment. And for school today, we are going to have a mix of sun and clouds. So we'll see some sunshine. Temperature should climb to -6 degrees, a couple of degrees shy of where we were yesterday. What we have is a high pressure ridge to the the west of us. Nothing really going to bother us system-wise for today into tomorrow, but by the time we get to Friday, a low-pressure system to the north is going to bring us some snow. We could get 2 to 5 centimeters of snow during the day on Friday, but no, not today. We are looking at a little flurry activity for Niagara. Temperatures anywhere from -5 to -6 degrees for the day today. Wind chills around -9. Tonight, it'll be cold again. -16 to 15, -17 Cayuga, Simcoe, Brantford, even Guelph and Kitchener. -16 will feel like -22 again, so bitterly cold tonight. Tomorrow, about the same thing. -6, -7, -5 in some areas. We'll have more cloud cover rolling in as the day progresses, but we're looking at that leading us into some snow tomorrow night into Friday. But out the door this morning on the 4th morning of February, our temperature right now sitting at -16, wind chill -19, sky is mainly clear. Long range, of course, we'll check that for you coming up. Simone, Rick.
All right, thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily. She's going to have a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And in business news, a good year for the Hamilton-Oshawa Port Authority. We'll take a look at the numbers after the break. "17 minutes after 6 o'clock on your Wednesday morning. We say good morning to Emily. What is happening in Chit Chat?
Hi, good morning. We are going to be talking about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's tragic romance. We are unfolding a new movie that I think is going to be a must-watch for many. A Spanish Olympic skater may have to change his routine due to copyright issues.
I don't like this one.
No?
No.
No.
That's
I'm
so
sad about it.
interesting.
Yeah. And later on this morning, a Doberman Pinscher has been crowned best in show.
You don't say.
And she's the cutest.
I need to see this dog.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Emily. Overseas trading this morning, the dollar is up slightly, sitting at 73.30 cents U.S. Gold continues to rise, gaining $149, while oil is down 7 cents to $63.14 U.S. a barrel. Midday European trading, London and Paris are both up this hour.
Mixed day for Asian markets. Hong Kong and Shanghai were up. Tokyo dropped more than 400 points. At Tuesday's close, the TSX was up more than 200 points, while both the Dow and NASDAQ were down on the day.
The Hamilton-Oshawa Port Authority is reporting a successful 2025 navigation season, moving more than 10.8 million metric tons of cargo across its Great Lakes port network. Despite global economic challenges, HOPA continue to diversify cargo and invest in trade, enabling infrastructure, strengthening Ontario's competitiveness. The Port of Hamilton handled 10.3 million tons. Oshawa saw a 10% increase, and Thorold continued to grow its role in specialized cargo. Agri-food volumes rose, construction materials surged, and general cargo nearly doubled. The Port Authority says long-term planning and strategic partnerships are building a more resilient port network that connects Ontario businesses to global markets for decades to come.
A new Leger poll shows most Canadians support selling more Chinese electric vehicles here, even with some concerns. Canada recently cut its 100% tariff on Chinese EVs to 6.1%, capped at 49,000 vehicles a year. In response, China is expected to lower retaliatory tariffs on Canadian agricultural goods. Now, the poll also finds 7 in 10 Canadians know about the Ottawa and Beijing deal, with awareness higher among men and those over 55.
Well, this will make all of us feel just a wee bit older today. 20 years ago, Facebook launched. Mark Zuckerberg was a Harvard University sophomore when he introduced the social networking site to fellow students. And what began as a campus-only website quickly expanded beyond colleges and then beyond expectations. Facebook buried early rivals like MySpace and Friendster. It built its edge with its initial exclusivity and by connecting real-life relationships online. Now, 2 decades after its launch, the social media giant continues to show unprecedented staying power. Facebook currently reaches more than 2 billion users every day.
PepsiCo, the maker of brands such as Doritos, Lay's, and Cheetos, is dropping its prices by 15%. Now, it's not known if the price drop will occur here in Canada, but U.S. prices will drop in response to customer complaints about cost. PepsiCo's U.S. CEO says it recognizes that customers are feeling the financial strain, and the price cuts are meant to ease that pressure. The products will get new labels highlighting the reduced prices, and the change comes ahead of the Super Bowl on Sunday, one of the biggest snack buying days of the year.
Quick break. Brian is going to be back with an update on your traffic and the 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
All right, 6:24, warming up on this, well, trying to warm up on this Wednesday morning. Our temperature is very cold, and we'll check the forecast coming up. First of all, a look at traffic. QEW and Niagara Street, St. Catharines, nothing there. It's all doing fine through St. Catharines. Little busy top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. Of course, we're seeing brake lights coming on, going down to North Shore Boulevard. Nothing here east of 4th. We'll flip way ahead to Sheraton, going through Mississauga, doing fine. Same with the 403 going through Mississauga. That's just west of Winston Churchill. No problems on the roads right now. Once again, it's a very cold morning. We're back after yesterday's little bit of a mild break where we were -6 this hour of the morning, but today -16. Wind chill of -19. Thankfully, the winds have lightened off quite a bit. -14 Mississauga, -12 into Grimsby, -11 for Toronto right now. For seasonal temperatures, still we've hung on to these temperatures for a while. -2 daytime high, -10 overnight low, sometimes records right there for you. And yes, we're going to see some sunshine for the day today. We should be -12 by the first bell this morning at 9, and then later on this afternoon coming home -6. Both time frames a mix of sun and clouds for the day, and that's how we shape up. Sun clouds -6, wind chill -9 later. -16 again tonight, wind chill -22. Tomorrow -6, a little bit chillier wind tomorrow, so that'll feel like -13, but still we'll see some sunshine, then becoming cloudy. We'll get snow tomorrow night into Friday, maybe 2 to 5 centimeters time frame, dependent on where you are. -1, at least it'll be a milder day. And then it gets cold on Saturday, high of only -12, -7 Sunday. Then it'll moderate a bit next week. That's your forecast. Simone, Rick.
Thank you, Brian. Frigid temperatures in South Florida have everyone seeking warmth, even the wildlife.
Near freezing temperatures this week in West Palm Beach have, of course, also dropped water temperatures. But luckily, the manatees know the best place to seek warmth. That includes this natural gas facility, which pumps out warm water for Florida wildlife. Now, yesterday, more than 200 manatees were spotted swimming and chilling, so to speak. The Manatee Lagoon has attracted manatees for decades as they've learned to travel toward the warm water discharge from the energy center. Oh, smart little guys.
Yeah.
Or big guys, I guess.
I wonder what they're talking about in the warmth of the water.
I would love to be in the warmth of the water, so probably, hopefully, happy things, because, man, is it ever cold.
Yes. Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning.